Hi guys, welcome back to some more Dead by Daylight, and as you can possibly see, I have completed every single challenge. I've done this on stream, and I've done this off camera, and I've completed all of the master challenges. Which I have no idea how I was able to do that, so,
An engine echoes through the darkness.
Okay, so we have access to these bit of lore, and we're going to read them because I I might as well, since I've done all of the challenges this term, and we need to wait and we need to wait 2 more days. Okay, I thought that'd be longer, but we need to wait 2 more days to get the next tome, so I can complete the more challenges.
An engine echoes through the darkness.
Okay. Okay, right. So we're doing Yui's one first, and then we're gonna move on to the nurses. Okay, so memory 369.
An engine echoes through the darkness. A roar vibrates through Yui's body as she accelerates through a thick churning fog across a wasteland of crumbling pagodas and buildings. She passes a wrecked motorcycle on the side of the road. Not far from the bike, a rider tries to stand but collapses on a shattered leg. She can't stop. She won't stop. She needs to win. She needs to reach the... She's not sure anymore. She looks left and right as she zips past the ruins of her hometown. She passes the same rider again, trying to escape the blazing wreck. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense. A demon yells in the fog. Seems like he's right behind her, lurking in the fog, waiting to jump out at her. She maneuvers through piles of flesh and gore of fallen riders, burning and sending puffs of swirling smoke up into the darkness. She yells helplessly, and the dead, smoldering riders begin to evaporate into a column of light breaking through the darkness. A rider suddenly stands in front of her. She skids, loses control, and tumbles over the road. Her insides feel like mush. Things are broken everywhere. Cracked bones rip through her skin, spitting out black, warm fluid. She tries to rise, but a bone jutting out of her black jeans won't let her stand. Like the fallen rider she ignored, she's broken, helpless, and soaked in gasoline.
Okay, I don't quite understand that. I mean, I guess the fog is pretty much the entity, and yeah, I don't know what this means because normally the fog in this game means the entities, so I'm going to assume that, but she got badly injured for ignoring someone. Interesting. Okay, next memory.
Misato studies Yui closely. To dream of fog and darkness means you see yourself as an imposter, perhaps even a failure. Yui nods and absorbs her friend's interpretation. Misato sips her beer. To see light means you'll overcome whatever is holding you back. To dream of a crash or a dead end could mean the death of something you want, something you wish for. Yui sighs and doesn't know if she wants to hear all this. The demon? The Oni? Why was it chasing me? Misato nods. The Oni could mean you're struggling to maintain your humanity as you chase your dreams. That you may be torn between right and wrong, between good and evil. Misato laughs to herself as she finishes her beer. Maybe winning isn't everything. Maybe you're greedy. Maybe you're trying to swallow an ocean when a glass of water would suffice. Yui scoffs. Greedy? I'm broke and you're paying for the beers. Misato shakes a drunken finger at her. Greed isn't just about money, Yui. It's about wanting more of anything. More races, more trophies, more fame. Maybe your need to prove yourself is killing something in you that doesn't want to die. Yui sighs and downs her beer. Enough stupid talk and more drinking. Behind her dismissive smile, Yui believes her nightmare has nothing to do with ego or greed, but the anxiety of not having the money to pursue her dream.
Okay, so, the Oni, wait, so, I know that Yui is Japanese. I know that Yui, it comes from Japan, but, the Oni, could she possibly have been to the entity's realm, or is this just a completely different thing? Has she been to the entity's realm and then just escaped? I don't know. Because I know that Kate did, but yeah. Okay, next memory. Oh yeah, and also, apparently she's greedy and because she wants to win more races etc. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now let's move on.
Maybe winning isn't everything. Might not be everything, but it is rent money and groceries and beer for the next few weeks if she wins the Secret Four. But before she can win, she must be given a chance to race. Shinji, the favorite, has found a way to keep Yui out of the race, convincing the organizers that a female racer would undermine the Secret Four. It's chauvinistic, barbaric, dated, but it's also her reality. They're not used to someone of her caliber. Shinji has no caliber. He cheats and humiliates and ridicules to get a psychological edge. She knows his game, and he knows he's going to have to race her one of these days. But for now, he tells them if she races, he won't. And since he's the current champ, they somehow believe they need him to attract the money. She's sitting out tomorrow's race, but she'll be there to cheer her good friend, Hiro.
Okay, I don't get that. I'll listen to it later. But what I can get from this is that if Yui races, someone won't. The champ, I think. And winning is Yui's thing. I'm just confused, but anyway, next memory.
Shinji trash talks Yui as she fills Hiro's ears with fighting words. Fighting words, that's what her grandmother used to call them. Words with wings that filled the mind and lifted the spirit. Words. Words are more than words. They can build, they can destroy, they can empower. They can turn mice into gods and gods into mice. Shinji tells Hiro he's going to make an example out of him because he supports Yui. Hiro acts tough, but Yui sees those fear-heavy words crawling into his ear, feasting on his confidence and weighing him down. Shinji turns to Yui and makes fun of her hair, winks at her, and asks if she came to watch men ride. She doesn't dignify his shit with a comeback. She wants Hiro to win. But the termites have taken hold, and he's a shell of a rider on a bike about to crack. She whispers winning words in his ears like her grandmother used to do with her. But he doesn't know how to make those words work for him. He's lost, and the race hasn't even begun yet.
What? Sorry guys, I don't even pay attention to this at all. But Yui is trying to encourage someone with winning words, and someone's teasing her that that she's here to watch boys races. I don't know. But that is the last memory so far. Now let's moving on to the nurse.
There is a reprieve this night in the asylum, and Sally does what any sane person would do. She clings to it with all her strength. The weight that sits in her chest melts away, allowing for one starving breath. The scent of sweat and dusty linen is willed from her mind, replaced with memories of tomatoes and fresh soil. Her feet take her down the hall, heels clicking, echoing into an expanse of shadows. She does not allow herself to see the stains on the walls or the fracture in the window's pane. She could draw them from memory, but for this moment, they cease to exist. As Sally reaches the end of the hall, she peers into a patient's room, illuminated by a blade of moonlight cutting across the floor. A young girl, sitting atop the bed, flinches at the oncoming shadow. Only as Sally walks into the moonlight does the girl release her grip on a bundle of sheets. Sally offers a sympathetic smile to her. The anxious girl. The asylum's file lists her name as Marion, but the staff have codes for each patient. The catatonic boy, the sweaty codger, the anxious girl. Everything they are summarized into 2 words. Sally sits on the edge of the bed, braiding the anxious girl's dry, brittle hair. "Did you visit the community room today?" The anxious girl hugs her pillow. "I stayed here." A light moan carries through the hall, the first indication that peace will soon be broken. Sally does her best to ignore it, weaving one strand of hair over another. "Did you know that room has a chair by the window? You can see the robins building a nest in the trees." The anxious girl looks to the hallway, her shoulders tensing as she listens to the distant moan. Sally gently rubs the girl's shoulder, wordlessly offering her sympathy. They sit for a short time, until a scream carries through the hallway.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention much until the last part, sorry. But, but, the nurse is offering, sympathy to, the anxious girl. I don't know, but anyway, okay, but there's a scream in the hallway, so what's gonna happen next?
Sally marches down the hall to the source of the scream. Patients, each in their own rooms, react, an interlude of cries and shrieks joining in, accompanied by the thumping of a head slamming into a wall. The volume builds louder and more chaotic until finally, as if reaching a crescendo, a patient howls. Sally rushes into a room, moving towards a hideously scarred woman restrained to the bed, whose scream slowly dies into soft, mirthful laughter. "Did you enjoy the song, sweet nurse? I call it Concerto of Lunatics." The asylum is wide awake now, alive, anxious. The scattered shrieks and moans of patients ricocheting through the halls. Sally's chest tightens as she struggles to breathe. Why must you rile them? The broken woman smiles beneath the swathe of bandages over her scarred face. Through 2 small holes, mismatched eyes, blue and orange, sparkle. "Oh, sweet nurse, what are the gestures for, if not a laugh?" Sally knows to step away, knows there is nothing to gain from arguing, yet she cannot restrain herself. They are humans, and, sick as they may be, they deserve sympathy. This is a line Sally has told herself many times over the years, though that is all it has become, a line. A series of carefully rehearsed words pushed through chapped lips. Perhaps this is why the broken woman chuckles as if trading quips with a friend. They deserve sympathy? Most have contributed nothing but pain, and the others have contributed nothing at all.
Okay, so the nurse believes that that the patients deserve a sympathy. Okay, so the nurse is actually good here, which is interesting. And wait, Um, okay, so a sacred woman is um, a woman is singing by bashing your head and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, next memory.
Sally makes no attempt to suppress her disgust as she looks at the broken woman's smile. You would criticize your fellow patients for bringing nothing to this world, yet what have you provided? The broken woman awkwardly sits up on her bed, pulling at her restraints like a restless marionette. I have provided more to this world than 1,000 missionaries. When I saw sickness, I did not coddle it, feed it, wipe the tears from its eyes. I cleansed it. The broken woman sees she has Sally's attention. If we want humanity to survive, we must be its custodians, sweet nurse. And yet, we have allowed an infection to fester, the evidence pervading these walls. The broken woman pauses, allowing her point to settle. Shrieks and moans from the mentally insane echo through the halls. Sally feels her nerves tighten with each chaotic noise that comes her way. She has little desire to argue, yet duty compels. Are you not within these walls too? Would that not make you part of the infection? The broken woman smiles as if expecting this question. I am the solution, condemned to the halls of the infected. Like you, I was a nurse, but I served not the patients, but the greater good. With one simple injection, I removed the weak from the gene pool. I watched them in their death throes, knowing my actions were backed by honest science so few have the strength to trust. And do you know what the courts called me for following logic? Insane.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that the broken woman had been sent for doing some sort of science for the greater good, and not caring for the patients, I think. It's, not serve the patients, but the greater good. You should serve the patients, woman. Jeez. Is she gonna make Nurse go bad or something? I don't know. I don't remember the Nurse's Law that much, even though it's very short. Anyway, next memory.
The days pass, but Sally's unsure how many. She always finds herself back in the asylum, tending to the frantic, the violent, the feeble. Down the hall, the bad man has slipped his restraints again. Like a wolf, he shows no motive but to prowl for the weak, and it appears he's found his prey. He drags the naked body of the rancid son by the ankles. Blood spills from the son's head. Sally does not know if the man is dead. Calling for help, she sprints down the hall with a syringe filled of sedatives. There are no other nurses to come to her aid. Financial restrictions have seen to that. She considers that she is running to her death this time, but there is something involuntary in her movements, as if she has become a spectator. The bad man lets go of the rancid son's ankles and turns his attention to Sally. He fails to notice Harvey Cavanagh, the plump orderly, round the corner behind him. Harvey slams the bad man into the floor as he's done to so many patients. Sally jabs a sedative into the bad man's neck. The bad man sags in place, and with a look of bewilderment, falls to the ground. The decrepit hall is silent. Sally looks over the scene at her feet. Cavanagh's sizable frame hefts up and down as he catches his breath, thick arms slung over the bad man who rests peacefully. The rancid son, either unconscious or dead, lies beneath them with Cavanagh's boot pressed against his nostril. The smear of blood from his head goes on for 30 feet down the hall before curling into an adjacent room. Sally laughs to stop herself from screaming.
Okay, that was too much to take in, but um, um someone named the okay, something wolf. They um 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 okay, so they tried to bite off someone's head, and then there's someone else, I think, injected injected the wolf guy um, with something that caused him to bleed a bunch, and she had to and the nurse had to laugh to stop her from screaming. Oh boy. Okay, so um guys, just saying um, um, nothing is saying is confirmed. I'm just going off this by what I hear, and I'll search up later what this class mean. And besides, the story is not even finished yet. There's still about about 3 more levels to this stone. But anyway, oh boy, the last one. Before we end the video.
Sally finds herself in the broken woman's room. The mismatched eyes of the broken woman appear sympathetic as the sunlight shimmers over them, yet she speaks with sharpened words.
Shame about that bloody disturbance yesterday. Boys like that are made a certain way, not built for civil society. The big brutish one, well, it is as plain as the skin on his face. And the other, oh, the other one hides it well. But have you looked at his family's name? That will explain everything.
Sally wills herself to think of a gentle lake, lilies, and no. All she can see are the grimy asylum walls and bloody bandages. There are no gentle breezes to distract her, only the broken woman's voice, prodding deeper.
Did you not have a husband, sweet nurse? I recall the newspaper article. Hand to heart, my dear, I cried at his unfortunate death. You would have had beautiful babies. To now be here, a widow of pure genes, serving the filth of the world. Such a turn of events.
Sally gets up, leaving a bandage half-wrapped. Her feet shuffle imprecisely as she moves for the door. She tries to push her thoughts away, knows she shouldn't think it, but it is such cruelty. Her love was pure, her husband pure, and those who live in these holes are anything but. Yet these sick, twisted beasts receive the care and attention deserved to the man she lost. Her throat catches on each breath. Her vision blurs. She wants to run, but knows it's no use. No matter where she goes, she always finds herself back in these halls. With swirling thoughts, one stark realization breaks through. It is not she who keeps the insane confined to these halls, but the insane who confine her. She falls to the unforgiving floor.
Okay, so nurse is getting insane as well. And uh, the broken woman is teasing her to go bad or something. Yeah, but yeah, she lost her husband, which is sad. Okay, I might just end the video right here. Put a like on the video and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.